Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. This is my last video of 2025. Well, I am currently at the Chennai airport waiting for my flight back home. So let us quickly recap the series and let's try to kind of recalibrate and find out what are the positives and what are the areas that probably India can still improve on with 6 more T20Is to go for India before the World Cup. So the positives, definitely, I think all of us will agree, is the form of the top 4 batters. If you look back in this 5-match series, the top 4 for India, Smriti, Shafali, Jemimah and Harmanpreet, have scored at least one half century in one of the games. Shafali, of course, magnificent player of the tournament, 236 runs from 5 innings, 3 consecutive 50s. But Jemimah also played a match-winning knock. Smriti played 80-run knock in the 4th T20I, and Harmanpreet Kaur in the last game played 68-run knock. So all of them have got batting and all of them have some runs under their belt going into Australia. Of course, before that is WPL, so I think that will also define form. But in general, the Indian top order is going with runs under their belt. Another huge plus I feel is Vaishnavi Sharma, because the way Vaishnavi has bowled, the way she has controlled the speed, varied her line and length, and also what I like about her is she can hold on to the ball till the last moment, and seeing what the batters are planning to do can change at the very last moment. That is the kind of control that Vaishnavi has, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. The third thing that I thought is absolutely India's positive is the way the bowling all-rounders and the all-rounders have stepped in. Say, for example, Arundhati Reddy in the last game, 27 not out of 11 balls. She took a wicket, also the all-important wicket of Chamariata Patu. So in general, Amanjot Kaur, I think, has bowled really well. So if you look at it, I think pretty much the bowling lineup is kind of set. Yes, you would want to have another pace bowling all-rounder because the World Cup is in England. So you want another pace bowling all-rounder, and I'm hoping WPL is where we will get a pace bowling all-rounder. But in general, the bowling lineup looks pretty set. Top 4 looks pretty set. So this was a very positive series as far as India is concerned. But that, of course, does not mean that the reigning ODI world champions do not have their own headaches. I think one of the biggest headaches that India has and has been having for quite some time is the fielding. The fielding has been a letdown in this series as well. A number of catches have been dropped. For example, Smriti has dropped about, I think, 2 catches. Sri Charni has been quite poor in the field. Even Deepti misjudged one. So that point is there. Yes, the towers in Thiruvananthapuram, from where the lights came in, probably came straight to the eyes, but you cannot give those excuses because T20Is are being played in the night time. So dew also cannot be a direct excuse because the other side is also fielding under lights. And yesterday, though, the last game, I would say India was comparatively better, but mostly fielding has been a huge concern. And the problem is, it has been a huge concern for India for quite some time now. I remember us talking about this in 2024 T20I World Cup, then the 2025 ODI World Cup, and now for the 2026 T20 World Cup, we are still talking about fielding. The other thing which I think, I mean, it's not really in India's hands, but the middle order is still untested because Richa got 1 innings, but Amanjot got a small chance. Each one of them have got one innings. So you will say that the first point positive was that the top 4 was in form. But if the top 4 is in form, then everybody else is going to get less batting. That's true. But going into Australia and England, you don't want your middle order to be middle and lower middle order to be that untested. That is one thing I think will be a little bit of a concern, that when need be, can the middle and the lower middle order step up. And the other thing I would say is, what is the third thing? The bench strength testing. I did think that G. Kamalini should get one more match. I mean, once the series was done 3-0, you could have rested Shafali because she had 2 good games, and gotten maybe G. Kamalini. Because I do understand why Smriti Mandhana did not sit out for the 4th T20I, because she herself was not getting runs. So she wanted to get runs. That part is clear to me, understandable to each one of us. But G. Kamalini getting just one match, and you can't say that, oh, she scored just 12, because she looked good. I thought, that straight down the ground shot, the sweep shot. Yes, eventually the sweep shot, got her wicket, but in general she looked pretty good. But you just gave her one match. Going into Australia, I mean, we can only hope that in WPL she gets chances and makes them count. But in general, I think the bench strength should have been tested a little more. But overall, a fantastic series for India, ending the year on a positive note, a historic year to be precise, having won the ODI World Cup for the first time. What a moment, what a game, and what a night that was. It was absolutely brilliant for someone following the game for so many years like me. It was absolutely brilliant for the legends standing there. Mithali Raj was there, Julian Goswami was there. For both of them, I think specifically for both of them, it must have been an absolutely healing night. But Harmanpreet, Smriti, Jemima, Arundhati, Deepti, all of them, have ended the year on a high. And when you talk about ending the year on a high, you cannot not mention Deepti Sharma from being absolutely criticized in the 2017 World Cup and over again, even in the England match in the 2025 World Cup, she could not finish the match, and it was getting a little frustrating. But she was absolutely brilliant as far as the rest of the tournament is concerned. Even in the England match, she should have continued and finished the game. But overall, 2025 completely belonged to, in case of batting, it belonged to Smriti Mandhana. And in case of all-round abilities, it absolutely belonged to Deepti Sharma. Batting, of course, you have to mention Laura Woolward as well, but we are talking about India, so I will say it belonged to Smriti Mandhana. But overall, Deepti Sharma ends the year as the highest wicket taker in T20Is. More wickets to come, because more matches to come. Do keep watching Rev Sports. Do like, share and subscribe. We'll be back next year, and we will be back with so much more content, because women's cricket, Snehashish and I love watching women's cricket, love analyzing women's cricket, and we will be doing that every day, 3 p.m. We will have a women's cricket live, where we will discuss whatever tournament is on, whatever questions you guys have. So keep joining Rev Sports. Do follow Rev Sports English, Rev Sports Hindi and Rev Sports Bangla, and have a very, very happy new year with your families.